goodness. Oh. Man, what's up, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game Like Will, man, back with another video. I was trying to decide should I make this video or that video, but let's go with Kino right now. All right, so we're gonna talk about Kino, right? Kino is a word that's short for kinesthetics, bro. We're just gonna simplify everything, man. On this channel, you subscribe over here, you're gonna get good content. You know what I'm saying? Kino, for the people who don't know, is just how to touch, right? And it's so simple. Like the other day when I was in the mall, literally did this shit. Like literally was talking with this older woman. She was like, what? She said she was 49 or something. Literally chopping it up with somebody, mom. I don't know who mom it was, but we was chopping it up. I was literally just talking to her for about probably like, to be honest, probably like a cool 7 minutes straight, like just talking in the food court, just talking, right? And she told me she had kids my age. The typical shit that you hear like when you talk to a female like that. And that's another thing with game. You'll start seeing like patterns, bro. Same shit, same shit, same shit. Like this is shit we've been hearing since middle school, bro. You try to talk to somebody older, bro. It's the same shit, bro. And I just touched her on her arm a little bit while I'm talking to her. Kind of how I just reached out just now. Like, after I established some, I don't know if it was rapport, but after we was talking and, you'll get a feel for it. Like, is the conversation really, really going good or not? Like, is she facing me? All the little indicators of interest that Mystery talk about and other dating coaches, like indicators of interest. It could be smiling, staring at you, looking at you square. Like, if a female is turned this way or trying to walk away from you or something like that, you might not want to touch her, right? Because, I wouldn't touch her. You feel me? Like, but if, like I said, you talking to an older woman for 7 minutes straight and, you're flirting with her, it's obvious you're flirting. She knows you're flirting and stuff like that. And she's still entertaining it, like as if, like, I like you. If I was younger, I'd give it to you type deal. And not only that, but I'm really, really like, she asking me questions. Where you from? Da 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 da. So it's like, okay, cool. Like we just gonna chop it up. And I'm trying to think back about the conversation and stuff I said. I said so much stuff, bro. I ain't gonna remember half that shit. But let's just say I touched her. And I love the idea. I call it TB, touch barrier. I love that idea, bro. That idea is so brilliant because that's what it is. It's a barrier. And if you don't touch a female early on, you're kind of setting yourself up for like later on to not touch her either, because women are the type of creatures, bro. They're so fucking weird. Meaning, like, to us guys, the way they feel and move and participate, they're just different. Like, you feel me? Like, but there's some things that's common. Like if someone don't never touch you, like, then you don't know their touch. Like, you feel me? Like, it's common sense. Even like with dogs and animals, it's the same shit. Horses and just anything, really, life itself. Like, if you don't go outside, it be many times I don't go outside, right? Meaning I don't touch outside. I feel fucking weird as soon as I get outside. I'm like, damn, like I should go back in the house. But it's like, nah, the longer you stay outside, you'll become acclimated. So what you're doing is you're trying to acclimate women to your touch. And to be honest, man, it's funny how when you ain't got no game, you're not doing that shit, but you should be doing that shit all the time. But I mean, it's just touching. And again, I got a couple ways that I got in my phone to break the touch just on some friendship level type shit. I'm trying to like build structure with my videos, and that's why I make playlists, so y'all could just go through the playlist and kind of put it together for yourself where y'all are weak at, and then just strengthen up those areas. Because if you don't got no game, you're probably weak in every area. So, but I mean, I just kind of did the math the other day. When it comes to flirting and bantering, I had to ask myself, which one do I want to do first? Which one comes first? Like, in an interaction, like what is more better to put first? And I came to my conclusion, which was um banter always comes first, because banter is what warms up. It warms her up to flirt with you, which is more sexual, or letting her know flat out like something, you got beautiful eyes, or a compliment, or something like more deeper. Flirting is a little deeper, right? It's like more of a romantic thing people in relationships do. So you want to flirt, but these things are kind of like twins. So like on left hand you got flirting, on right hand you got bantering. Bantering covers most of the stuff you want to do with a woman you don't know, you just meeting, which is every woman. Fuck it, every woman, right? If you're single, it's every fucking woman. You want to banter, and that's teasing. Like I said in the other video, give her a nickname, call her short. You know what I'm saying? Just treat her like a little sister type deal. And then on top of that, um, anybody who know Miami the Kid, he's one of the best flirters on YouTube, like hands down, bro. Like I don't care what nobody say. Everybody know it though, but what he's really doing, and I found this shit out, right? What he's really doing to sum his game up in a nutshell, what he's doing, it would be called double entendres. That's what it's called. Double entendres. What he's the king at doing is meeting a stranger, that's beautiful, and saying a bunch of shit where the woman gotta go, what did he mean by that? What he's doing, he's making them think. That's a form of flirting. If you can make a woman think, then you in the end zone automatically. That's one of the most powerful things you could do to a woman, is make her think. And I used to struggle with that. Like, I know how to make a woman smile. I know how to make her do this. I know how to make her laugh. But when it comes to making her think, what type of shit would I do to make her think? If it's either she like me and she gonna think about me or not, right? But it's like, nah, you could you could force a woman to think by doing double entendres. And that could be done in small talk. It could be done very quickly early on. And I suggest that y'all do that shit, because what you're doing is saying something like, oh, I like a challenge. What do you mean by that? Because look, depending on what we're doing, if say we're having a rap battle between me and her, or we're playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and I'm like, oh, I like a challenge. And I'm like, yo, bro, you ain't tell her I like a challenge? I'm like, I'm teasing her, right? It's flirty, but it's a double entendre, because he could be talking about the game, or he could be talking about the game. You feel me? Or you could say something like, damn, she talking about her driver's license, right? I thought of this yesterday while watching someone YouTube video. Girl was talking about her driver's license. The guy could have easily said, "Oh, so that means you know how to ride," or he could have said, "So that must mean you good with you right move. You know all the right moves." This guy talking about? Is he talking about in the bedroom, or is he talking about on the road? Now, women minds are perverted naturally, and that's the secret in society. Nobody want to tell you. So if you're doing that and you're uploading like 5 of these every time you're having a conversation with a female, she's gonna try to fill in those empty spots, and we know that through the seduction. We know that through speed seduction, through Ross Jeffries and shit. So if that's what Miami's doing, he's making the woman horny, because what he's doing, he's having casual talk, but he's throwing little things in there that's like double entendres, meaning like you don't know whether I'm trying to hit on you, or you don't know whether we're just having a small talk. But you can tell by the way I'm saying it, right? Because when you throw the double entendre in there, you're like, hey, so you know how to hit all the right. I mean, no, not you know how to hit all the right spot. I know how to hit all the right spot. But hey, you know how to do all the right moves, right? That's what you're trying to say. But you're saying it with this cunning, with this you get me, right, type of attitude. And I ain't even mean for the video to go this way. But I'm just trying to fill y'all in on why Kino. We're gonna talk about Kino, but you're not gonna touch a female who's not turned on. So in small talk, you're kind of steeping, like how you put the fucking tea bag in the water. When I make tea, you gotta put the tea, but you gotta steep that motherfucker and let it sit and simmer. You want her to simmer with the small talk and with the banter, which would be the double entendres, the teasing, playfulness. And then once you see she's a little bit hot and suggestive, like you could look at a female and tell if she's fucking horny or not, or hot, or she likes you. She gonna make that shit so obvious, not even gonna be funny. And then that's when you do a little bit of Kino, because now I want to touch you, right? So it's like making a pizza type shit. You got to do this before you do that. You got to do that before you do that, right? You got to roll the bread. Got to put the sauce on it. Got to sprinkle the cheese on that bitch. Then you got to put the pepperoni on the top. Then you got to cook that motherfucker, right? And that's what people aren't doing with women. And then they everything they're doing is condensed to one move or two moves. And then they're like, damn, all I gotta do is watch a Miami the Kid video and I'm gonna be able to measure up with that shit. It's like, nah, it's a method to the madness, right? So you gotta get things down to bite-sized chunks and then figure that shit out. But I never even really knew what a double entendre was all my life. I learned that through watching a comedian video. And then I'm like, oh, this is what assholes do, right? They talk over people's heads on purpose to make the person feel like either bad or good. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a power play type shit. But listen, Kino, right? Um, Handshakes, right? A lot of y'all YouTubers do that. As soon as I watch y'all Riz videos, y'all go up to a female, hey, yo, what's up? They're like, give me a handshake, you know, and shit like that, or fist pump, da da da. I like that shit. I ain't gonna lie, that shit is classic PUA type shit, and I don't do a lot of that. I'm all about trying to figure out my own sauce, so I don't, that is the basics though. Like to be honest, like, but I ain't gonna do this to a 55 or 45 or even a 35-year-old mom or some shit. But it may be more of like a lower back touch if we're standing in line and something, or um, a handshake most definitely, and just these things. But like I said, I wrote down a couple Kino moves that I got for myself. Y'all can make your own, and whatever. Chop it up with me sometime and let me know what y'all doing. Um, so I said, anytime I do a move like this, um, oh yeah, basically you want to have plausible deniability built in. So that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm standing in line and we're talking about food, oh yeah, what did you get off the menu? Da-da-da. Oh, you got chicken tenders and French fries. Oh, their food is pretty good, isn't it? Da-da-da-da. You're talking to her, you're making conversation. It gives you the opportunity to touch her if you feel like that's the right time to do it. Because again, I'm big on don't put your hands on nobody if you think that it's gonna feel awkward or weird. But you do want to get it early, so it is like a I don't know what to call that shit, Chinese finger trap type thing. Like you can't just do what you want to do off of impulse. You might want to touch her, but you gotta kind of think the inverse, like, oh, what might be the better time to touch her, but you still gotta get it off before it's too fucking late, bro. Like I'm trying to make this shit make sense. But plausible deniability should be built in to where it's just normal part of our interaction. It doesn't look like I'm trying to get something, right? Like I said, hand on lower back. Yeah, these milkshakes ain't really too good, are they? Da, 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 da. I don't know. Then you take your hand off her lower back. But then, hey, another guy I'll listen to, he said some wise shit, right? Say I'm talking to a mixed set, 2 women, 4 guys, and I'm talking to everybody, telling a story. You want to touch one female to put her in the story, like, look, I was doing this and this is how they were standing when I was doing this. I was talking to them like this. So I'm talking to the woman, right? But then it's like, now it's one woman right here and 3 guys. Now I'm gonna grab one of the guys and be like, yo, come here, bro. Da 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 da. So somebody was standing right here too. This was like this. So you're incorporating multiple people in the Kino just so you could touch the target, but you still don't wanna, you feel me? You want it to look plausible deniability. You want it to make sense, right? You ever heard a female say, "Make it make sense"? That's exactly what the fuck we doing. Um, and then after I do it, I'm gonna push it off. Now I'm getting this from a PUA guy I listen to. So if you're touching a female, and you're like, say you're doing like a game, or you're like, okay, this is called the whatever game, and I'm gonna grab her hand and put it, or palm reading shit that the PUA guys be doing. Yeah, this line means that you're gonna live long. This line means whatever, whatever. So when you done, you wanna do the game, and then you kind of want to push her off and roll off. Push her off, not hard, fellas, but you're like you're letting go, but in your mind you're like, ah, I'm done. But you're not disrespectful with it. You're like, all right, but you're rolling off too and talking to somebody else. So you're making things look normal, bro. But listen, this shit, it look better and it's easier in real time. Um, So usually the guy creates tension naturally in most dynamic situations. Guys always are creating tension, right? And the girl push it away. But what we want to do is we want to have a situation where I create the tension and I push it, right? I create and I push, right? Like I just said, I'm creating the game, I'm doing this shit, and then when I'm done, I'm pushing. But see, that's a whole different type of energy I'm in than a guy that's scared, passive, and all this other shit, right? Um, so she's feeling like she didn't quite get enough, right? It's psychological, right? If a guy pushes you off, you're like, man, wait, hold on, let me wait, I wasn't done, like type shit, right? But that's again, that's the inverse. You're doing things in the inverse way than most guys do it. Most guys are trying to get and hold on to, right? But you're like, I'm not trying to get, I'm gonna open up opportunities and then I'm gonna push them away. Then I'll reopen and I'll push it away. And like Mystery said, the whole time you're getting her to get inside of a mood of uh, trying to retain or catch up to whatever you did or whatever you're doing, whatever. Um, Mystery said, so she's chasing you. And virtually every set that you go into, you will create a situation where she will be chasing you. Always. If she feels like I'm chasing her, then it's game over. So just keep that mindset. If she feel like you're chasing her, it's game over. And bro, you see this every day. I'm sure y'all see this every day. I see this shit all the time. If a female feel like you're chasing her, and it don't even matter if it's through text, you could have just got her number 2 days ago. You could have just got her number a day ago and hit her up the next day, and she was all on you, right? But let you say one thing that make her feel like you really, really, really give a fuck. It's really over with. So we're not trying to act like we don't give a fuck, but what we're trying to do is um, the Corey Wayne quote that I posted when he said, "If she's always pursuing you, how can she reject you? She can't." It's like the waves of the water pushing up against the rock. It's like, how can it reject the rock if it's pushing up against the rock? Can't, because the energy and the force is coming towards me. And if you're wise, you can see that. Most guys, like one of my coaches say, they talk themselves out of the pussy, or they behave themselves out of the pussy, which is more common because when you go to the typical mall, most women are automatically kind of drawn to every guy because they're just waiting for you to fuck that shit. Like it's instinctual. It's like not gonna I'm not gonna kill my own options. Like women are not gonna kill their own options, but it's like if you don't move a certain type of way, then you're just gonna show not to be the guy that I want anyway. And so that's what I'm talking about as far as that go. And I'm more into the sub communication than the what comes out of your mouth because again, that's so important. I mean, Like we talk about lifestyle all the time. If you really going to the gym, really get going to get your money, really got priorities, women could just tell you don't give a fuck about them. And it's a positive not giving a fuck. It's not like a forced, oh, I don't give a fuck about these bitches, man. Fuck these bitches. It's like, nah, it's like I don't think about y'all like that. Like I don't even got time to be thinking about y'all. Like it's not like y'all are not even a thought. Y'all are not even on my radar. Right? That's a fact. Because I'm just doing me. Every day I wake up, I'm doing me. Like right now, I got women to text back, but yeah, that's a part of my lifestyle, right? But this video is really a part of my lifestyle. So I'm prioritizing what needs to be done. Because these women, and I'm going to give y'all a truth that's going to kick y'all in the ass right now. No cap. Because I don't seen this shit for real, for real. It'd be some of the most busted women that'll disrespect y'all and make y'all feel like shit because they're not on your level and you're talking to them. So if they're not on your level, then they don't know how to treat you like however you want to be treated because they're just not even that type of female in the first place. But you're so narrow minded and so in scarcity and not in abundance that you're expecting someone to give you something who can't give you. They can't afford to give it to you. It's not in their. It's not in their anatomy yet. It's not in their body. They're not. That's not them, right? It's not them. But you do that dumbass shit when you're not doing what I'm telling you right now, which is to just chase your own life, like have your own shit and set in stone. Like you don't gotta have a big fancy life with a bunch of money, but you could go outside, take a walk, get a breath of fresh air. Like you could go, like I said, go buy some grapes from the store. You could do things in nature to differentiate yourself away from a loser or the loser that you was or the loser like you was living like or whatever the fuck. You could do that. It's called being grateful and taking advantage of what you do got. And again, Kino, like, yo, you shouldn't even want to touch these women, bro. You should be, like I said, touch the fresh air, touch tree. I like to touch trees. You could call me a tree hugging ass nigga. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. But what I'm saying is, trees are more giving than a lot of these women nowadays. They give oxygen. They're healthy. They help you breathe better. They just give a lot more to the world, contribute a lot more. Women say, oh, we don't need men. I'm going to kill y'all women with this one. Watch this. We don't need men. We could do without men. Okay, fine. But look, y'all say y'all are more important because we produce. First of all, the sperm come from us, but we ain't going to go into all that. But uh, trees reproduce too. So let me just give y'all a little analogy on why I was just saying the tree shit too. I get I get satisfaction and relief from sex like everybody else, right? But trees give a different type of trees are more healthy actually than women nowadays. So really, if you love nature, you can clearly make a distinction. I'm not trying to compare a woman to a tree because that's just kind of like it's kind of like ignorant, but in the same token, what I'm trying to say is that guys are running towards women getting rejected every day, but really they should go like into nature because what nature does is it's going to refine you and give you health. And then it's going to make the woman look at you and be like, wait, hold on. I need something from him. I want a hug from him. I want to be around that energy. Y'all think women like y'all for y'all looks because we've been fooled by television and shit. But they want you for your fucking your it's a multitude of things, but it all starts with energy for real. It all starts with energy. Everything on the planet is a frequency energy. So it's like even if I was to get nuanced with it and say, oh, they want a guy with a big beard with muscles. It's like, well, you can't form muscles if you don't got the energy to go to do the thing. You gotta get the energy first to even that's the gas that make you go to the gym or make you punch a punching bag or make you manly. So if you just um depend on my father's genetics to make me manly, yeah, he might have blessed you with some genetics that he left behind for your inheritance to be manly, but 99 or 95% of everybody else, they became manly, right? Everybody's not born macho or I forgot the other word. But I'm just saying, bro, like, bro, people don't want to create their opportunities in life. They want to sit around, bro. That's why I love my channel, because this shit is a lifestyle channel first. It is all about life, bro. Like, I could give a fuck about these women. I keep saying that shit because they like who like themselves. That's what nature, they like who likes themselves. So it's like, you going to chase something that's a waterfall. Like TLC said, don't go chasing waterfalls. Like, that shit, facts. Don't do it. Why would you do that? Now, I'm not telling y'all don't shoot y'all shot. I'm not telling y'all don't open up and have openers, 5 openers in y'all pocket. Hey, you know, it's a nice day, isn't it, Sally? Yeah. That's what that's what you should do. But all that getting rejected a million times shit, like, cool if you need to go through that phase, you know what I'm saying, to build tough skin. But I've been there already, so it's like I don't need to do that shit, bro. I know what I could do. You feel me? That's what I know what I could do. But I'm pretty much done with this Kino video. All I'm saying, don't be scared to touch women. Start with touching trees. Start with touching nature. Reinitiate yourself in nature. You know, um, even get used to touching people. Like in if you do yoga or if you, like I said, um, hobbies, activities, events. Join some activities and events where touching people is common. Like, and even if it's not, touch somebody. Yo, what's up, Bill? Put your hand on the back of Bill back. Like, what's up, Bill? How's today? The food good in here? Yeah, bro, I like it. You'll notice that Bill gives you better energy because you touched him. And people like people who touch them. That's scientifically proven. So then if I could touch Bill, why can't I touch Jessica? But see, Jessica's a woman, so you know that it's different. So you might want to shake her hand first. You might want to get something for her. Don't touch her, but grab like her meal or something, or not her meal, if I'm tripping. Grab like a sheet of paper that she's about to go grab, or hold the door for Jessica. Get physical. Get physical. Doing sports and shit helps you, right? But I'm trying to show y'all how y'all can reinitiate yourself into being physical, because a lot of people are just in a cycle where they're not even having human interaction. So that's kind of where you're gonna be up in your head about something that just become a fucking masseuse, right? Every time you invite a female over, say, hey, I'm gonna give you a massage with lotion. I'm gonna give you a massage with cocoa butter, cocoa oil, or some shit. Now you switching up the game. I'm just trying to give y'all a couple tips on how y'all could really just start touching people again, so that your mind will not say, oh, my touch might feel weird. Because that's what your mind gonna say on some bullshit. But Kino is regular, man. A lot of y'all don't even touch y'all family members and shit. Like, it's the regular, just touch, bro. And then again, it's many ways to that you're supposed to be touching people that you're not. So that's the first flaw. And then obviously, with a female that you find like attractive, you want to crank up the touch. Like I said, you may touch her lower back. You may touch her waist, hold her waist while you're talking about something. Or somebody said some thorough shit. If you're sitting next to 2 women or even one, sitting down and you're giving her directions, which is very smart, because like when I tell a female to come to my crib, like, it's no telling, right? It's like I live in this spot where people kind of get lost sometime in a way, and it's like I could simply just be like, I could be like, look, which way did you take to get here? Oh, I took this way, and then I went down this big street. I'm like, oh, well, when you got to this street, right? Because I know one street right here. And like, when you got to this street, did you go? And then I put my pointer finger on her thigh. Like, did you go this way, or did you go this way, or did you go that way? Because on this street, when you get to this street, so use your Google Maps if you need to, get a little synopsis of around the corners of your house or whatever. But all you're doing is slowly getting towards closer and closer towards up her thigh when you're doing that. It's like, oh yeah, you just go this way. If you don't like this street, because this street was probably like, I hate driving down this street, because when you get here, it's like you got to go up this big hill and then you turn this way. So you're talking to her, but you're touching her thigh. And again, bro, it's funny. It's a funny way because she's gonna notice that you're doing that shit. She's gonna notice it. So, man, listen, bro, Kino, bro, it's so many ways that I can't even keep going on this video, but you want to break the touch barrier and you just want her to realize, like, okay, this guy is super comfortable touching women. And when they realize that, then it's like, okay, well, shit. Like, that's literally the thought they're going to have. Well, shit. Like, come on, buddy. All aboard type shit. You feel me? Like this shit ain't rocket science, but it is a certain type of science. You feel me? So just understand and keep that on your mind and keep creating new ways. Because if you keep creating new ways to do Kino, it'll become second nature. And you'll be like, damn, how much pussy did I miss out on all my life? You feel me? But man, like this video, comment, subscribe, man. It's your boy Game Like Will, man, back with another video. Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. Yeah, man. About to make this other video. See y'all in the next video, man.